If you're wanting to grow a nonprofit, one of the best models to look at is the growth triangle. The growth triangle, essentially, like any triangle, has three sides, and those sides are the market, the message, and the medium. And this is something I see a lot with my nonprofit consulting clients, that they don't get all these three elements right. So the growth of the organization, the community, and the market starts to stagnate. So what is the three elements of the growth triangle? So the first one is the market. So my first piece of advice there is don't try to reach everyone. This is probably the most common mistake. I think it harks back to the days when we could shake a tin outside of a supermarket and it didn't matter whether the 12-year-old, the mum, the dad, the grandparents dropped a gold coin in our tin. As long as someone did, it didn't really matter. In 2024, that's no longer the case. We're living in a digital world where things are highly targeted because there's so much communication and storytelling around us that we get overwhelmed. So it's really important that when, as a nonprofit organization, we're looking to grow in one aspect of our organization or grow the organization as a whole, that we have a really clearly defined audience with a good detailed understanding of the person that we're trying to reach, their actions they take, their away from and towards motivators. So what's going to make them come towards you? What's going to make them, attracted to you? What's going to push them away from you? So we can manage those really well. That's going to be the key to success with that first element of the market. The second thing is your message. It's really important when we're creating any kind of content, whether it's sales pitches, fundraising information, volunteer recruitment, or just our general marketing and communications, that we're really talking specifically to that target audience. When we try to create content that could appeal to anyone, the truth is we end up just creating content that doesn't appeal to anyone. It doesn't speak to their heart, their motivations, it doesn't connect emotionally, and that's why so much content falls flat and just becomes a waste of time, effort, and often investment in marketing. So I like to think with the message, what do you need to know, or what do you need them, your audience, to know or understand? And what do you have that solves their problem, their challenge, or their want? If you can really talk specifically to those things in your messaging, that's when your content or your storytelling actually starts to produce measurable growth. Now, the third thing that's really important to look at is your medium. So it's about understanding the platforms that you're using and how to communicate them effectively and within the amount of resources you have as a not-for-profit, charity, or cause organization. Because generally you won't have the biggest communication team, you won't have the biggest budget. So you have to work smarter, not harder. So where can your people be found? If you really know your ideal audience, you should be able to then identify which platform they're spending the most time on. Like, how do they prefer to use those platforms, and how can you tell that story to them? So for some audiences, it might be they're all on TikTok because they're young and they're trendy. Other people, they might all be at the football. Is it realistic to tell your story in advertising at the football? It doesn't matter what the medium is or the place that you're telling the story, but what does matter is that you're picking a place that's effective for your message, and of course is a place that that ideal audience is there in good numbers and is also receptive when they're in that place to your story as well. So they're the three key things I believe that make a huge difference after doing this for more than 15 years and helping nonprofits around the world grow their organizations through marketing and storytelling, is the growth triangle. You need to really clearly understand your market, your message, and your medium.